Hello, today I'm going to explain a little bit about how to use gerunds and infinitives. So first of all, if you have a look at these sentences and you cannot figure out what is wrong with them, then this is the lesson for you. My sister enjoys to swim. All of these sentences are incorrect. He wanted that I help him. Martin insisted to know where Sheila was. I am used to do my homework in the evening. So let's correct them. My sister enjoys to swim. The correct form is my sister enjoys swimming. I'll explain all of this afterwards. He wanted that I help him. He wanted me to help him. The next one, the correction is Martin insisted on knowing where Sheila was. And the last one, the correct form is I am used to doing my homework in the evening. So, first of all, what is a gerund? It's a word that looks like a verb, but it's really a noun. And here we have different examples of where it can be used in the sentence. So it can be at the beginning. Skiing is fun. Traveling can be exciting. Here I use it as also nouns. Peter enjoys reading and swimming. Or we are interested in learning. I'll explain that rule here in a moment. So you can use them to start a sentence. Hiking through the woods can be hard. Thanking others shows good manners. We also use them after certain what I call indicator verbs. Shows the sentence like she enjoys going to movies. The verb enjoy is my indicator, and it tells me that if I want to follow it with what I think is going to be a verb, my verb is going to be in a gerund form, so it becomes a noun. Of course, I could just say she enjoys movies, but if I want to, as I said, give the idea of an action, then I need to follow it with a gerund. He avoided answering my questions. Again, would you mind not talking? The verbs here in red are indicator verbs, and they must be followed. If they're going to be followed with a verb form or a noun form, it has to be in a gerund. We also use gerunds after prepositions, and there are basically 0 exceptions to this rule. They were talking about going to Mexico. So talking about is my preposition. I have to follow it with a gerund if I want to use what I think is a verb form. I could also just say they were talking about Mexico. But in this case, I'm talking about the action. So they were talking about going to Mexico. He insisted on knowing the truth. On is a preposition, so the verb, I'm putting it in quotation marks, the verb that follows, it's really a gerund. I don't really care if you know the word gerund or infinitive. I'm just showing you this trick. So how do we learn them? You have to practice, you have to be patient, you have to be persistent, you have to listen carefully, read as much as you can. Even though I'm explaining a few tricks here, it's a question of practicing and listening. And of course, memorizing. So here are some common indicator verbs that are always followed by gerunds or like regular nouns. So appreciate, avoid, consider, delay, discuss, enjoy. For example, I could say, we discussed getting a puppy, or they avoided doing their homework. Finish, keep or keep on. The students kept on talking even though I asked them not to. Mind, like would you mind? Would you mind opening the window? Would you mind not speaking with your mouth full, etc. Mention, postpone. Stop. Stop is a special rule which I'll explain in class. And quit, meaning stop when it means give up. Of course, there are tons of them, but these are the most common ones. The expression go. When you talk about go and you use a gerund afterwards, it means that you're doing a recreational activity, like go shopping, go golfing, go hiking, go swimming, go jogging, etc. We went fishing yesterday afternoon. We go bowling. We don't play bowling. We don't go to bowl. But we go to work because work is not recreation. Next, you think, Hamlet, I've heard this sentence before. To be or not to be? That is the question. Indeed, these are infinitives. So we use an infinitive to show purpose or intent. So I'm planning to write a letter. He agreed to help us. I asked to leave early. Would you like me to take you? And as much as certain verbs need to be followed by infinitives, others must be followed by infinitives, and some can be followed by a noun and an infinitive, like an object pronoun, for example. So I could say, I would like to have lunch. The expression would like is followed by an infinitive. But I could also say, I would like you to have lunch with me. In this case, you is an object pronoun, and then that's also followed by an infinitive. And of course, yes, there is a list. These are the most common ones that we kind of use in everyday language. And in fact, you probably don't have any problems in knowing how to use these properly. I would add that here in this sentence, would like, would love is the same. It's the same idea. So, can I say, I want that you come with me? Nope, that's wrong. That's like a translation from French using a subjunctive. So you must say, I want you to come with me. And the magic list, these are the best ones to know. These are certain verbs that can be followed by a gerund or an infinitive, and there is no difference in meaning. So I could say begin, or hate, or start, can't stand, continue, love, like, and prefer. So these ones, there's no difference in meaning. So I could say, it began to rain, it began raining. We started to study, we started studying. Same thing. That's enough for now. There's a lot more to know about gerunds and infinitives. One important thing that I forgot to mention is that your indicator verb can be in any logical tense. And I think that's about it. Thank you for listening.